Be the change or stay the same. Be the change or stay the same. The choice is yours. If you choose to not be the change, then your life is going to look the way that it looks right now in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So if you look around in your life and you're like, well, I'm really happy about my life. I'm really content within myself. I'm happy within myself. I feel like I have accomplished the things that I wanted to accomplish with my life. I feel like I'm on track to explore those new things. I feel like I'm on track to create those new things. And if you feel like that, then good for you. Then maybe you have a life that you're really, really happy about and thankful for. But if you're not, like probably the most of us, we have some stuff that we might want to still be able to do. Then perhaps it is time to be brave enough to go within and check out and see what you can do for yourself. So, Great Father, creator of all, what is the message here for us humans on planet Earth? A message of healing, hope, taking out the best sides of yourself, becoming your very best version of yourself, limiting beliefs, your thoughts, your words, and beliefs shape your reality. This is very true. Your thoughts, limiting beliefs. This is a major point. Like when I went to Tony Robbins' concert, wasn't really a concert though. He kind of felt like a rock star. But when I went to his seminar, he was talking about limiting beliefs. He talks about that a lot. And whatever you believe is gonna be what you believe. And so you can change those limiting beliefs into empowering statements or empowering stuff that you can use to catalyst, shoot yourself forward, aiming upwards. Like how can you change your life for the better, basically? How can you improve your life here on planet Earth? Echidna is here with us today. It's a wild card, which wild cards is pretty cool. So wild card Echidna here is saying, hey, expect something magical to happen soon. No more doubting yourself. No more putting blockages in your wheels. No more setting out on. No more stopping yourself. Like no more stopping yourself. Where do you have these limiting beliefs? What they look like? How can you work on them? Like your words, your thoughts, your words, your beliefs. It shapes your reality. You know, they say you become like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So I might just become a cat. Right, Margie? Spend a lot of time with this little one here. So limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. I have heard your call for help and your prayer will soon be answered. When you pray about something, I would say be aware of what you wish for. Your thoughts, they may come true, you know. Your thoughts, they may come true, you know. Be aware of what you wish for. And expect something magical to happen soon. Peace. Peace is kind of magic, especially if you've been through years and years of trauma like I have. Then peace is the best. Like peace is, there's no measure to the sense of feeling peace. No matter where you are or what you are doing, inner peace is always possible. And this is the trick. It is always possible to find the inner peace. It always was possible before in my life, talking to myself here, that it always was possible for me to find the peace, but I didn't know how to do it. So nobody told me that, yeah, okay, you're panicking, you're freaking out, you're having panic attacks, and you're like post-traumatic weirdo over there. So what you gonna do about it? Well, nobody told me that it was possible to find peace at the time. They would have given me medications upon medications upon medications. And so I knew that if I did that, then I wouldn't be healing. I would just put a Band-Aid on the wounds, basically. So peace is always available to us. All it takes is a subtle shift in your awareness. Think love and peace will follow. So also with peace, how can you find the inner peace? If you focus on the inner body, inner energy field. So you close your eyes and you feel that little prickling that is in your fingers, in your hands, in your arms, in your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders, your upper chest, your back, everywhere. Like you go through your body and you sense this inner vibration. Hey, this inner body, and it will take you it will take you back into the moment where it's always a good place to be. So and with the limiting beliefs also. So your thoughts, words, and beliefs shape your reality. So the law of attraction. Law of attraction. Esther and Abraham Hicks. So as we are talking about the way thoughts connect to thoughts, connect to thoughts, connect to thoughts, connect to thoughts, we want to point out something that you may be missing. It is much easier to go from a little thought of something that makes you feel good to more than makes you feel good, to more than makes you feel good, to more than makes you feel good. Then it is to be in a place where you are feeling bad and then go right to a place where you feel good. Sometimes we want to change it right away, like, oh, I'm going to change all my belief systems right now. I believe that I am born to be sad. I'm always going to be sad here on planet Earth. Okay? Well, you can do that if you want to, but it's a sad life to live on planet Earth. But you can do it if you want to. It's a free will. You can do it. But, and also like, okay, so then how can you go from feeling sad to being happy? Like it probably won't happen just like instantly. But if you allow your thoughts to go from something that makes you feel good, like I want to feel good, I want to feel good, I want to feel good. I was trying it yesterday. I had a really crappy day yesterday and I wasn't feeling good at all. I was feeling really bad. And then I was repeating to myself throughout the day when I could remember it. I would say to myself, I want to feel good, and I want to feel good. I want to feel good. And I was like, okay, great. This is in tune with the message that I had here earlier. So let me see if it works. And it works. Like later in the day, I was feeling much lighter. My moods were much better. I didn't have that heaviness over me anymore. So it works. You just have to remember to do it in actual time. Like when you live your life out there, you got to do it. That's when you got to do it in the moments, like in your life, whatever that looks like for you. What you say? Hmm? Inner child. Inner child. Play, laugh, be silly, heal childhood wounds. Sometimes if you meet the right person, and you connect with the right person, then you might be able to activate the child within the both of these people. And it could be very childlike and very much a lot of fun and very easy going. The inner child is something like you don't have to like abandon the inner child. Like you can pull it back out, be silly. Like it doesn't have to be so serious. Why we got to be so serious? Oh, do everything like, oh, always got to be like this, got to behave this way, got to talk like that, got to do like this, got to do like that. Got to be professional. Well, I am learning these days to be professional, which is also very smart. In a professional setting, I find it is better to be professional than to allow your inner child always to come out. So there are different places for different things. And it can come out like kind of funny though, sometimes if you don't know when to put the other one out or the other one into motion. But being professional in professional places, being playful when you can be playful. And if you find someone you can play with, that is even more the better. Then you can really see children, they don't have all these restrictions on their joy, and they don't have these restrictions on what they're going to say, or they don't have the restrictions on what is appropriate, or are they going to judge me if I say that, or what is appropriate, can I even say that, like what is the appropriate thing to say in this moment, like when he says that or she says that, then I am not even quite listening. I'm trying to figure out over here, oh my gosh, what am I going to say to this, trying to find the answer. Children don't do that. They just go about and be in the moment. In the moment. Well, so it's back to the moment. It's always back into the moment. I find anything that I'm looking for, anything that I want to accomplish, anything that I want to do, be, feel, see, whatever. It can only happen in the moment. It's always back to the moment. Always back into the moment. Limiting beliefs. What are these limiting beliefs about, I wonder? Yeah, Margie, I hear you. What's on your little cat heart? Hmm? You always say that. Limiting beliefs. Destiny, journey, overcoming obstacles, willpower, same direction, and drive. Perhaps the limiting belief is that you cannot set out and live your life or take off in your life in the direction that you want to go in. Perhaps you feel like for me, this has been something that I am working on still and have to work on, because I was always dictated when I was a child. It was direct, like, you do this. I was just listening to commands, and I would do it, and then I would sit down again. And so now I have to learn that I am actually living my life, and I can make choices that makes differences in my life. Like, I can be the change in my own life. I can choose to change my life around. I can choose to go somewhere else to live. I can choose to find other places to work. I can choose to find other people to hang around. You can choose to do a lot of things that will change the direction of your life. And so, and you have the power to do that. And sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that, no, I can't do that. Like, no, you can do it. Like, it might be scary, and it might be challenging, because you have to figure things out. And maybe you have to figure out all new things that you have never done before. And then you have to figure that out. And then it's like, if you start thinking about all of the things that you have to do in order to move in a direction or to do something different, to take your life, your chariot, like your life, to take it in a different direction. If you start to think about all the things that you have to do, you might be overwhelmed. Like, I know that for sure for me, like, I get overwhelmed and I'll lock up, and it's too much. And so if I'm going to do it, I have to be in the moment, and I cannot focus on the things that might happen in the future. I have to stay in the moment, focus on the one task at hand. And so I don't panic. I don't go into all that stuff from my past. And so it's very important for me, and I think it goes for a lot of people out there, to be able to overcome your own overwhelmedness, especially if you're going to move from, like, right where you're at in your life today. Where do you want to take it? What would you like to see in your life? Would you like to know in your life? What would you like to do in your life? Where would you like to live in your life? How would you like to look in your life? What would you like to be in your life? Like, all these things. And you can take from where you're at, and you can pull it into different directions where you want to go. Limiting beliefs also sometimes with willpower. We don't think we have the willpower to do it. We don't think we have the courage or the bravery or, like, the determination, the resilience to go through with it. And sometimes it just takes a long time, and you just have to stick to it. Just do it anyway and stick to it. Also, if you allow your inner child to come out and play, like inner children, like children, they don't have limiting beliefs. Like, we are the ones teaching them the limiting beliefs. Like, you have to always be polite in the grocery line, or you have to always say yes please, yes thank you, or, like, you always have to be polite. But the kids don't really have to always be polite. Like, they can be kids, they can be like they want to be, but we teach them that from a very young age, that this is how you have to act, this is appropriate, and this is what we find appropriate when you're out in public and stuff. Oh yeah. Hey. Hey. And so we as adults, we can find a little bit back to those the childhood, the inner child. Be playful again, and have fun again, and to be not so serious all the time. Serious, yeah, so serious. We got to act this way, you got to walk this way, you got to talk this way, and you got to do it this way, otherwise people be upset or they be offended. So offended. Oh my gosh, I'm so offended. Or, like, they will judge you, or they sit there and talk about you, and, oh my gosh, she's so weird over there, I don't know what she's doing, blah blah blah. And then you can be like, okay, that's okay, I have my inner child activated, and I'm actually having fun with this. So, okay, do you have fun over there? Probably they don't. Probably they don't many times. So minding our own business, our own side of the street, allowing the inner child, remember who you were. Like most people don't have a completely traumatic experience as children. Like this is maybe why I'm learning about the inner child in my age, because I didn't have that opportunity when I was a child. And so but if you had that opportunity when you was a child, you can remember what that was like. Go back there, remember that freedom, take back that freedom. It's going to be much more fun life to live with that kind of freedom in it. Mm-hmm. And judgment, limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs, like thinking that this is it. This is it. Like this stone cold, boring ass, boring, tedious, and mundane. And oh, maybe we can go out there and look a little bit. Oh, we had so much fun. We were smiling on the pictures, and we took pictures, and then we ate a little ice cream, and then we had so much fun. Yeah, that was fun. And if that's the recipe that you have told yourself, that when we do these things, life is good, and when we do these things, we have fun, when we do these things. But if you actually think about it, that when you were there, were you actually happy? Were you actually feeling the joy? And were you thinking about all the things you have to do afterwards? Because now you spend all the time like having fun. So now you can't really, now you got to focus on what you're going to do with your time after, like how you're going to get everything done afterwards or whatever. This is about like thinking that this is it. Like this is a refusal, limiting belief system that like your reality is set in this way that it is. It is not. I can assure you 110% that it is not. It is not. And it's like you can change it. You can awaken inside of yourself like a whole new dimension and a whole new reality for yourself. Like if you would let it, if you would allow it to come out, like the awakening, the judgment, to be like reincarnated in your own life, like awaken from the dead. And when I say from the dead, it's like if you don't if you don't feel your emotions, you're constantly thinking about things, you're always in your head, you're always thinking, you're planning, you're doing things, you're planning, you're thinking, you're not connected to your emotion, you're very rational, logical, strategic, doing all these things and blah blah blah. And then you can resurrect yourself like with compassion and love and feeling these things. And it's not going to take anything away from your planning, your strategizing, your doing things. It's not going to take anything away from the life that you're already living, but it will add a whole new dimension to it. And you're going to see it through new eyes. You're going to see it through open eyes, and you're going to see things in a new perspective, from a new perspective. Even so, if you go into your inner body and you feel that little energy shift in there and that little energy field that we all have inside of ourselves, and then you go in there and you sit there for a little bit, now you're going to change your perspective too. For now you're not in your thoughts anymore. When you're not in your thoughts anymore, you're actually grounded within yourself, and that's different, very different. Wild card, sensitivity. This is a message of love and peace. When you work on yourself and you bring peace into yourself and expect something magical to happen. So this is like, okay, I don't think my car can go in that direction. I don't think I can take my life in that direction. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can awaken to another reality. That's why their saying comes in like new levels, new devils, because you can rise up from one level in society to another level in society to another level in society, and you can keep rising up like that. And you're going to have to learn new things on each place. But if you refuse to know to think that there is such a leveling up possible inside of ourselves, then you're going to get stuck there. And so here is like the wild thing, the expected, the magical to come in. Message of love, fantasy, sensitivity, surprise, and admirer, and emotional. There might be someone coming in. You never know. Like if you're single and you've been slightly disappointed in the in the pool out there, maybe had a few weird encounters out there, then maybe this is the time. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the wild card that is coming into your life, and a promise of a message of love, of unity, something good. And it's not going to come in and be like, okay, now it's going to come in and it's going to be already ready. Like everything is going to be ready. I'm going to know exactly what to say. I'm going to know exactly what to do. I'm going to know exactly how to be and how to act and all that stuff. And like if you, like me, have been living by yourself for many, many years, then you're not going to know what to say. You're not going to know how to be. You're not going to know how to live with anybody. You're not going to know how to do these things. You're not going to know that. And that's okay. You can try it anyway. And you will figure it out as you go along if you're brave enough to try it. And that's the page. The page is like immature. And it's okay to be immature and childlike too. You can be immature, childlike, and grow together, right? Figure it out together. Right, Margie? Mm-hmm. I hear you. And the lovers is coming out. Mm-hmm. So partnership, being in love, partnership and being in love, commitment, choices, crossroads, harmonized relationship. Like that sounds wonderful. No more like breadcrumbing, no more like side swiping, no more like bullshitting, no more like just freaking annoying mouthpieces talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and there's nothing in it. It's just like, oh gosh. So lovers, no, that's a union. This is two people coming together that are ready to be together and learning. And it's not going to also happen like we just met and everything worked out. No, it takes work. It takes figuring things out. You got to sit with the person. You got to talk with the person. You got to communicate. You got to be doing stuff together, doing things with the other person so that you can figure out where you're at together and all that good stuff. And then you can find out how you can live, like be alone together. Like Leonard Cohen said, like be alone together. Let's be alone together. And what he meant is like you have your own autonomy. You have your own person. You are your own person. And then you have another person who has their autonomy. They are their own person. And then these two people living side by side and having a great old time together. Wild card. You never know. Limiting beliefs. If you never think that you can have these things, then they won't come into your life. If you never believed in miracles, then this is your reminder that miracles, they do exist. Like I've seen it. I know they exist. And so miracles, things can change just like wow, rapidly. Things can change like out of the blue, out of nowhere. If you have the hope, if you have the belief that it can, like if your thoughts and your words and your beliefs, it will shape your reality. If you open up your reality to be open for new experiences, new adventure, new everything, bringing those inner child, bringing the inner child out, having fun on this planet. Why not have fun on this planet? This is so daunting and so serious so many times. Oh my goodness. Like it couldn't be more serious. It couldn't be more serious. Then find the inner child. Where is it? Like find it. Find the inner child. Let it out. Play. Have fun. Even when you're at work, you don't always have to be professional. You can be professional child. You can be a professional child, or you can be a professional whatever. Like you can go out and you can play those roles that you already play them with playfulness and have fun with it along the way. Right, Margie? Yeah, she said yes. The beautiful light in me, it honors, it loves, and it respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.